It hasn't even been a week, y'all, and we already got Black Americans touching down in Scotland. Like, what the entire fuck? And for someone who does not like to travel out of the country for various reasons, I want to go to Scotland. I want to move to Scotland and open up like a fucking cheesesteak stand or some shit like that. I'm from Philly, don't mind that. But yeah, the blacks is out there already, y'all. All fucking ready.
Hi lovelies, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, you're welcome to Building the Verse. Don't forget to please subscribe to this channel, turn on notifications so that anytime I upload a video, you will be the first person to be notified. To my returning subscribers, to those people that share my videos, leave commentaries, and also educate each and every one of us, you guys are the real MVP. Alright lovelies, let's dive into today's video.
Are y'all watching Roy Woods Jr.? He in Scotland, and he said, DM me. All the black Scottish people, DM me, and we're going to meet up. I don't seen him with, let me see, one, two, maybe the third person. He is not playing. Man, I think that is so cool that he did that. Shout out to Roy. Shout out to him.
So I saw that they did an interview with the guy in Scotland, the one that kicked off the whole there's black people in Scotland. And he said there's about 2% of black people, and that's including people that migrated there, that weren't born there, that aren't like Scottish by like nationality. And you got to imagine that not many of them out of that 2% out of a population of 5.5 million people might be on TikTok. And then think about how many of them are coming in contact with black Americans, like in actual real life. Or how many black Americans have gone to Scotland and ran into one of the 2%. But then, people being shocked to finally see one. Oh, you are so fucking stupid. No, y'all are fucking stupid.
So within 48 hours, okay, we have made the connection. Black Americans have touched down in Scotland. Oh, I know they hot. Listen. I am loving, okay, the new addition to the family. They are very cool. They have the best accents, and they are just so fucking dope. Yeah. Yo, they was not playing. And it is a few content creators that are out there. Like, literally, we just found them 48 hours later. There we are. Because we don't play. When we love something, we love it with our whole hearts.
Yeah, what's happening?
Hi, it's Kirsty, and I'm
Yeah,
here with the amazing Roy
Scottish lady. Yeah, the Scottish lady. Yeah.
Roy
Yeah, I found some black Scots, nigga. This shit's crazy.
He found us.
I found
You hear
a
that?
black
We
Scottish
he
lady.
found us.
And yeah, she gonna talk
He's
to me.
landed here.
Yeah, all right, I get with you, man. All right, Jimmy. My bad.
I think he's now a black Scottish guy.
That was my uncle. let's go. Ready?
Amazing. Thank you.
my boy Roy Wood Jr. said he on the case. He just touched down in Edinburgh. He's looking for the black Scottish people. I love that man. But Roy Wood Jr. is a genius, dog. That man's undefeated. That boy said he touched down in Scotland, in Edinburgh, trying to find them black Scottish people. True. I've known about him, but I never really known about him. You know about somebody in another country, but you don't know about him. See, when I heard that black dude with the dreads, with that accent, I'm like, that's got to be made up. But nah, that shit real. But Roy Wood Jr. is a goddamn fool, dog. Y'all, that man said he touched down in Edinburgh trying to find them black people. He on the case. I love that man. Oh, y'all enjoy the rest of your day, man. Let me get my ass in work.
News: the Black American delegation has arrived in Scotland. Roy Woods Jr. has connected with Scottish K. Brown. I don't know how long I was going to be able to keep that voice. I'm so excited. This picture brought me so much joy. Roy Woods Jr. is in Edinburgh, and he has caught up with Scottish K. Brown. This is what I love about TikTok. These moments right here. Listen. The Black American delegation. If you don't know who Roy Woods Jr. is, please find his page. He's one of the top comedians in the United States. He does amazing political commentary as a show on CNN. And y'all this is a big deal. This is a big deal. And Sterling K. Brown to the front. Sterling K. Brown to the front. Where are you? Head on over.
So Scotland has been all over social media lately.
I'm out here. I'm still looking for these black Scots. I'm in Glasgow. Y'all said come to Glasgow. Y'all said where they at? Yeah, excuse me, I'm making a video. Could you get the fuck out of my video?
So that's Roy Wood, comedian and general badass from the U.S., and Starboy Fitness from Scotland, linking up and making content, which I think is all kinds of cool. I'm a little jealous, though, because I left right before Roy Wood showed up. And that's what this video is about, my 2 weeks in Scotland. Scotland is many things. It's wide sweeping views of single lane roads with passing places that you absolutely need to learn how to properly use. It's forests. It's lochs. It's wildlife like these osprey. This pot of dolphins. This white-tailed sea eagle. And of course, the coos. It's food like fish and chips. It's drinks like whiskey. You know, flights of whiskey. And seriously, it's a lot of whiskey. It's botanical gardens. And it's events like the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo, where I got to meet a couple of the drummers from Top Secret Drum Corps from down in Basel, Switzerland, one of the drummers from the U.S. Army's Old Guard, and one of the pipe band drummers. But one of my favorite things about Scotland in general is how dog-friendly it is. Just Google the story of Greyfriars Bobby. If you are a dog lover, you absolutely have to go to Scotland. If you love people that love dogs, then you definitely want to go to Scotland. Scotland is many things to a lot of people. John Oliver described it as the birthplace of Shrek and that accent that you think you can do but actually can't. I personally described it as Texas but with a different accent, because the people there are some of the most genuinely friendly and helpful and courteous human beings on earth. As it has been noted by many people over time, international travel is a privilege. And it's one that a lot of people don't have the opportunity to exercise. But if you do, Scotland is absolutely worth a visit. And I'm so grateful to everyone that I came across while I was there. I'm just a tiny bit irritated that I missed Roy Wood Jr. Maybe if I'm lucky, I'll get to meet Starboy Fitness next time I'm up there. Haste you back.
Scottish people in the comments are worse than the black Scottish people, because they're going, how can you be so stupid to not know that there's black Scottish people? But Americans live in like an echo chamber. Whether the global media, inadvertently or not, decides to keep you guys from seeing us, like, you're not seeing content made by black Scottish people, you're not seeing content made by white Scottish people. So the surprise when you see people that look like you with an accent like mine, that would blow my mind anyway.
Well, I think also it's also indicative of just how much entertainment influences our stereotypical beliefs. Like, because if you told me a Scottish person, I would never in a million years. Like, if you said a black Brit, that's not a surprise. We've seen enough of them.
We got Dave, we got Skepta, we got everybody out there.
Yeah, so it starts there, right? And then if you said Scottish, I'm just, all right, that's white. And then Irish is drunk white who fight.
The Scots drink just as much as the Irish. We fight a little less.
Yeah. So I think that this whole, Black Scott TikTok is just indicative of just the culture. But what's been the most, what one thing do you think Black Americans have wrong about the Black experience in the UK?
That's a good question. Do you know what's crazy? I don't think Black Americans have a lot wrong, because first of all, a lot of you didn't know we existed out here like this, but it's quite isolated. Like, I know a lot of other black content creators, some Scottish, some not, but it's not like we all gather them together. There's no sense of community right now, not yet, but there will be. So I think Black Americans, when they see us, they're like, are you the only one? Like, are you one of one? There's plenty more like me. Not exactly like me, just don't follow nobody else. I'm only joking, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But, so suppose they have a lot right, more than they have wrong. But we do exist, we're out here. We're making waves now.
How much what is it like to be black and live in a place this white? What's the black population in Scotland? I would say,
so
what,
right
5%?
Now, bro. We are sitting, I think we just made 2%. So As currently, Scottish population is 5.5 million.
Whole country,
Whole country,
5.5.
5.5 million.
Okay.
And 2% of that are black. 2% not black Scottish. 2% of that is black.
So we're counting black immigrants in that 2%.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you to a number how many black Scots there were. I would probably say born here, first generation, I must say 0.5, 0.75%, if I'm honest.
God damn, man.
Let me give you an example. In high school, there was 1,400 kids at my high school. There was 4 black people, and 2 of them were related to me. That was my experience growing up in Scotland.
So growing up in Scotland, if you saw another black person, you couldn't even try to holler at them.
Oh no, because
Black Scottish TikTok that got excited, baby. Roy Wood Jr., journalist for CNN, stand-up comedian, native of Birmingham, has pulled up this Scotland.
Black Scottish people, because they're going, how can you be so stupid to not know that there's black Scottish people? But Americans live in like an echo chamber. Whether the global media, inadvertently or not, decides to keep you guys from seeing us, like, you're not seeing content made by black Scottish people. You're not seeing content made by white Scottish people. So the surprise when you see people that look like you with an accent like mine, that would blow my mind anyway.
Well, I think also it's also indicative of just how much entertainment influences our stereotypical beliefs. Like, because if you told me that a Scottish person, I would never in a million years. Like, if you said a black Brit, that's not a surprise. We've seen enough of them.
You got Dave, you got Skepta, you got everybody out there.
Yeah, so it starts there, right? And then if you say Scottish, I'm just, all right, that's white. And then Irish is drunk white who fight.
The Scots drink just as much as the Irish. We fight a little less.
Yeah. So I think that this whole, Black Scott TikTok is just indicative of just a culture. But what's been the most, what one thing do you think Black Americans have wrong about the Black experience in the UK?
That's a good question. Do you know what's crazy? I don't think Black Americans have a lot wrong. Because, first of all, a lot of y'all didn't know we existed out here like this. But it's quite isolated. Like, I know a lot of other black content creators, some Scottish, some not, but it's not like we all gather them together. There's no sense of community right now, not yet, but there will be. So I think Black Americans, when they see us, they're like, are you the only one? Like, are you one of one? There's plenty more like me. Not exactly like me, just don't follow nobody else. I'm only joking, I'm joking.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so suppose they have a lot right, more than they have wrong. But we do exist, we're out here. We're making waves now.
How much of, what is it like to be black and live in a place this white? What's the black population in Scotland? I would say,
so
what,
right
5%?
Oh, bro. We are sitting, I think we just made 2%. So, as currently, Scottish population is 5.5 million.
Whole country, 5.5.
5.5 million.
Okay.
And 2% of that are black. 2% not black Scottish. 2% of that is black.
So we're counting black immigrants in that 2%.
Yeah. I couldn't tell you to a number how many black Scots there were. I would probably say born here, first generation, I must say 0.5, 0.75%, if I'm honest.
God damn, man.
Let me give you an example. In high school, there was 1,400 kids at my high school. There was 4 black people, and 2 of them were related to me. That was my experience growing up in Scotland.
So growing up in Scotland, if you saw another black person, you couldn't even try to holler at them.
Oh no, because
Y'all, we did it. We did it. Black people, if you black in America, this is for you and you only. In the Black Scots, we did it. Roy Wood Jr. made it all the way. Let me show you. We did it, y'all. Scotland is officially on the travel list. We going to see our cousins, y'all. So yesterday, cousin Roy showed up in Scotland, and he was in the wrong part. So they was like, "Oh, you got to go to Glasgow to see cousin Scottish Sterling K. Brown Jr." Okay, Sterling K. Brown. We need you to link up with cousin Scottish Sterling K. Brown, right? So Roy was like, all right, say less. Within 15 hours of that primary video, these 2 linked. They said, you gotta find Scottish Sterling K. Brown. He's in Glasgow amongst several of our other cousins. Y'all, within 15 hours, they linked up. The video is on his page, and when I tell you, the family reunion finna be so tight. We finna electric slide all the way all up and through Glasgow. I wanna teach you. I'm trying to hear whoa. Dun, dun, dun. I want to hear both versions, but in Scotland, you make me happy. I wish you can bear. I want to hear it. I want to see the grills grilling. I want to see the kids running through the grass. I want to see with the sandals on, but he got socks on with the sandals. I need it. AM to the PM double them, and I need it. I need my hot dog halfway burnt. Fry my shit hard. I need it grilled hard as shit. I need it. This family reunion about to be something crazy. Do you hear me? This family reunion about to be the craziest shit that took Storm. And when we get there, we're not asking for no South Africans or Brits to be there. Please, for the love of God, do not come. You're not invited. We don't want, this is not that. Like, we're good. Keep your beans and your bread. Keep your beans and toast right where you at. And that negative energy, stay right where y'all at. Stay where y'all at. We're good. You're not invited. We're going to have fun with our Scottish cousins. We don't want nothing to do with y'all. Stay over there. But baby, a time is about to be had. I can just imagine the aunties with their big church hat. We're going to have to find a way to have church. Oh, that's the American. Wait, that's a black. That's a what? And then they got sister, they got the black Scottish churches. I said, ooh, I know it got that good black church smell. I know it. Smell like hymn books and mints. I know it got that church smell. I know it got that black church smell. I just know it. We're going to have to find a way to have a praise break. We're going to have to bring some Kirk Franklin up in there. We're going to have to bring some of the greatest hits. We're going to have a time. This family reunion is about to be one we never forget. It's about to be one that we never forget. Okay? I have a feeling the whole world going to be watching us at the family reunion. Everybody sitting outside the club wishing they can get in. No! Let us connect with our fam first. Shit. Like, I'm just so happy, y'all. We finally made, one of ours finally touched down. He said, where do you want me to go? The cousins done linked. They done scoped around. Okay, it's safe. Now it's time to start planning. Y'all, get the t-shirts. Who's sending the t-shirts around? Me and my baby need one. Make sure you get extra sizes. What's the colors? What's the color scheme? You know, black people love a good color coordinated event. What else? I'm trying to think, like, what else? What do we bring? Who's on the grill? Who's going to be making the potato salad? Who's going to be making the baked macaroni and cheese? This is the time. The time is now to figure it out right now before we head into Thanksgiving and Christmas, because we need to solidify plans for 2026 for this family reunion. Okay? We need to solidify lodging, all that. Oh my God, this shit finna be so litty! We going to Scotland in 2026 to see our cousins, y'all.
Rowood Jr. is in Scotland, and that on its own is a news. But it's not just that he's in Scotland, it's that he reached out directly to the Black Scottish community. He literally went online and said, if you are black and you are in Scotland, DM me, we are linking up. And when he said it, he meant it. Within hours, he was spotted meeting with Black Scots, making content, taking pictures, and bringing the diaspora conversations to life in a way that feels both unexpected and deeply necessary. Now, let's pause here. Why does this matter? Why does Rod Wood Jr., a US comedian and a political satirist, showing up in Edinburgh matter enough to spark conversation across social media? The answer is layered. It's about visibility, it's about cultural exchange, it's about diaspora connection, and it's about Scotland itself suddenly becoming a stage for a global conversation on identity. Scotland has been bubbling on social media lately. If you have noticed the surge of TikTok videos about Black Scots, people of African or Caribbean heritage who grew up in Scotland, you will understand why Ross' arrival feels like a moment. For years, Scotland in the global imagination was bagpipes, kids, castles, bravehearts, whiskey, and moody landscapes. But now, Scotland is becoming visible as part of the wider black diaspora story, and that visibility matters. So let's start with Roy Wood Jr. himself. He's not just a comedian, he's a commentator. He was a correspondent on the daily shows. He hosted White House correspondent dinner events, and he currently has a platform on CNN. His comedy blends satire with sharp political insight. So when he shows up somewhere, it's not just about laughs, it's about perspective. His presence in Scotland isn't just tourism, it's commentary emotion. Now, the fact that he reached out specifically to black Scots is significant because the black Scottish identity is something that is often misunderstood, both within the UK and outside it. In the US, people hear black Scottish and some scratches their heads. Wait, there are black people in Scotland? Yes, they are, and they have been there for decades. Many are descendants of Caribbean migrants, African immigrants, and increasingly multiracial Scots. But here is the thing. Being black and Scottish isn't about choosing between identity, it's about existing at the intersection. This is where TikTok has played a huge role. Over the past year, we have seen black Scottish creators go viral simply for speaking in their accent, telling their stories, or showing that yes, Scottish culture isn't just white and ginger head. It includes Jamaicans in Glasgow, Nigerians in Aberdeen, Caribbeans in Edinburgh, and young people who are so comfortable eating fish and chips on Soho Street as they are eating jollof rice at home. Now, when Rod Wood Jr. pops up in that mix, it validates something. He tells black Scots, we see you, and he tells black Americans the diaspora isn't confined to the US or the Caribbean. It stretches into the Highlands, into the Council Estates, into the Cobblern Streets of Edinburgh. That recognition sparks joy. It's why people are calling it the Black American delegation arriving in Scotland, because it feels like family visiting. But let's broaden the lens. Scotland itself is fascinating in this moment because beyond the hormone of raw linking up with locals, Scotland is a place layered with history, contradictions, and stories that resonate far beyond its borders. Let me share my own reflection from spending 2 weeks there recently. Scotland is wide sweeping views of single lane roads with passing places. And if you don't know how to use those passing places, you will learn quickly because locals will make sure you do. It's forests, launch, and wildlife like ostrich cycling above. It's the crispness of air you don't get in many parts of the world anymore. It's food like fish and chips eaten by the water, and drinks like whiskey, a cultural export that Scotland has turned into an art form. Flights of whiskey, shelves of whiskey tasting so extensive you wonder how people walk straight afterward. It's also events like the Royal Edinburgh Military Tattoo, a gathering of military bands and performers from around the world, staged against the backdrop of Edinburgh Castle. There, I met drummers from Switzerland's top secret drum corps, member of the US Army Old Guard, and Scottish pipe band drummers. That kind of intentional exchange is the spirit of Scotland at its best, local pride meeting global culture. But one of the things that truly sets Scotland apart is dog culture. Yes, dogs. If you know the story of great friend Bobby, the loyal little terrier who guided his master's grave for 14 years, you know Scotland is a dog-loving nation. And that translates into a society where dogs are welcome in pubs, cafes, even some shops. For dog lovers, it's paradise. And if you are someone who loves people who love dogs, it's even better. Now, here is why this matters in the context of Rod Wood Jr. and Black Scots, because Scotland isn't just the postcard imagining, it's a living breath place where diverse identity collide. It's a place where you can walk into a pub in Edinburgh and hear Nigerian accent, Jamaica slang, and Scottish Gaelic all in the same night. In reality, doesn't fit neatly into stereotypes, and that is why seeing Raw, an African American voice, step into that space makes people stop scrolling. It forces questions. What does it mean to be black and Scottish? How is that different from being black and English, or black and American? How does a Jamaican Scottish kid in Glasgow relate to an African American kid in Brigham, Alabama? What do they share and what divides them? Here's one answer. They share history, colonialism, migration, displacement. These forces scattered black people across the globe. Scotland was tied into the British Empire, and many Scots are involved in slavery, plantations, and colonial trade. That is the uncomfortable side. But from that history came diaspora that planted roots in Scotland itself. The descendants of those immigrants are today's Black Scots. And here's another answer. They share culture, not the same culture but overlapping. The rhythm of diaspora is familiar. It's in the music, the food, the language switching between home and outside, the constant negotiation of identity. Black Scots may eat haggis alongside Corey goats. They may listen to Afrobeat one moment and Scottish flogs the next. That hybridity is what makes diaspora life vibrant. Roy Wood Jr. entering that space shines a spotlight. His presence says the diaspora isn't fragmented, it's connected. The same way black Brits traveled to the US and shaped hip-hop, the same way Nigerians moved to London and reshaped fashion, the same way Caribbean migrants reshaped New York, now Scotland black community is entering the global stage, and TikTok is the medium. Let's not ignore the hormone in all this, either because part of the joy is that it's funny. Americans discovering there are black Scots is comedy gold. The idea of someone saying, wait, are you Jamaican or Scottish? While the person replies in Glaswegian accent, that is funny, but also eye-opening. Comedy has always been a vehicle for truth, and Raw, as a comedian, knows that. He didn't just show up in Scotland, he created a moment that blends hormone, culture and recognition. Now let's circle back to the emotional core. Why are people so happy about this? Why did the picture of Roy Wood Jr. with Scottish TikToker bring so much joy? It becomes visibility hills. Diaspora can feel isolating. Being black in Scotland, where you are visible minority, can feel like you are unseen by the wider world. But when someone from across the Atlantic acknowledges you, when they say, I see you, I value you, that carries weight. It says you are not alone in the identity. You are part of something larger. Scotland is many things. John Olive joked that it's the birthplace of Shrek and the accent you think you can imitate but really can't. I jokingly call it Texas with a different accent because the people are warm, blunt, and some of the most helpful you will ever meet. But beyond the joke, Scotland is a reminder that identity is layered, culture is fluid, and diaspora is global. International travel is a privilege. I am grateful I got to experience Scotland firsthand. But even more, I am grateful that this moment with Roy Wood Jr. has spotlighted the black Scottish story. It's not a side note, it's part of the larger black narrative worldwide. So, to Roy Wood Jr., thank you for making Scotland a trending topic in a new way. To Starboy Fitness and the black Scottish creators holding it down on TikTok, keep telling your stories. And to anyone listening, if you ever get the chance, visit Scotland, walk the Coblin streets, taste the whiskey, listen to the bagpipes, and remember, somewhere in those hills and cities, there is a black Scottish cake, scrolling TikTok, finally seeing themselves reflected back. That is what this moment is about. Visibility, connection, joy.
And if you have watched up to this extent, thank you so much for all the love and support. Don't forget to please leave me your own thought in the comment section of what you think of this video. And please do not forget that we do not support any form of bullying and harassment. Alright, lovely. See you when I upload the next video.